Audiophiles of the internet. My name is Adriana and today I'm here to bring you a random book haul. Right? So I wanted to share with you all these books that I've gotten recently, and I also wanted to do this before October because October is my birthday month, October 5th, holla, that's the day I was born. And if I know my family and my friends the way that they know me, then I know I will be getting a few books around that time and maybe some gift cards to some bookstores or some money, and all of that will be going towards books because everybody knows what I'm about. And that's reading. There are quite a few books I have to show you today, so let's get straight into it. With the first book that I'm going to show you, I have to admit that I kind of committed a Booktube faux pas. And what I mean by that is that I bought a sequel to a book that I have not yet read. And that book is Kinslayer by J. Kristoff, which is the second book in the Lotus War series. And a couple of hauls ago, I bought Storm Dancer, which is the first book. So now I have both of them and they're really pretty and they were both really cheap, so I ain't got time to feel guilty about this, you know what I mean? And again, I don't really know much about this series besides Japanese steampunk fantasy. But really, do I need to know anything else? No. The next two things I have to show you are manga bind-ups, and I've already talked about them and showed them to you in videos past. And the first one is Fullmetal Alchemist, the first bind-up of the first 3 volumes, and this series is written by Hiromu Arakawa. And if you're looking for an A+ series, please look this up. Please just do it because it's fantastic. And I also have the second bind-up of the Doubt series by Yoshiki Tonogai. As I have mentioned in videos past, I did a mashup manga review of both of these series, and I will leave that in the description in case you want to know more about them. The next book that I have to show you is Outlander by Diana Gabaldon. I'm pretty sure that a lot of you are familiar with the story of Outlander because now it's been turned into a TV show that's on Stars, and a lot of people are watching that, including myself. But anyways, this story is about a woman named Claire Beecham who is going on a second honeymoon with her husband to Scotland. And the year is 1945, and both of them have just gotten done serving in the war, so they really want to spend more time together before he has to go back to work. And somehow she finds herself flung back 200 years into the past in Scotland in the 1700s, and she finds herself smack dab in the middle of the war between the Scots and the Redcoats, and also between these clan wars and all these kind of political issues. And obviously she wants to return back to her husband, but it's not as simple as that. So this is fantastic, and if you're interested in it, I highly suggest you check it out. But it is a historical fiction and a romance first and foremost, and it is an adult book, so there is some sexual content, and there's also some other more dark subjects in here like rape, torture, whipping, beating, murder, that kind of stuff. The next book that I have to show you is a collection of bind-ups, and that is the Girl of Fire and Thorns stories by Ray Carson. So these are 3 novellas that obviously go along with the Girl of Fire and Thorns trilogy, which I'm sure you all know. I just recently finished last month in August, and these novellas follow some of the secondary characters in the series, so I'm very excited to read this, and it's just yes, yes. The next 2 things that I have to show you are both the first volumes in Manga series. The first one I have to show you is the first volume of Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon. As I've said in many videos before, I am the co-moderator of the Booktube Manga Club, and this is the series that we're reading this month in September. If you want to get in on that, I will leave the links to the Booktube Manga Club in the description. I really don't want to give a synopsis for this because I feel like unless you've been living under a massive rock since the 90s, you have a vague idea of what Sailor Moon's about. Personally, I will not be continuing on with the series or purchasing any of the other volumes in the series, but I just wanted to buy this one in solidarity with the Booktube Manga Club. This one, however, I am extremely excited about, and this is the first volume in Tsukita Iana Yo, and that is translated in English as Say I Love You by Kaneya Hazuki. This is like a romantic comedy slash drama, and it follows the story of a main character named May, and in her early school days she was teased and bullied weird to the point where she just didn't see a point of having any friends at all because she felt like they were just going to betray and hurt her. So she closes herself off and she becomes known as a loner until she's 16 and in high school. And there she meets this guy named Yamato. So he's really focused on gaining her trust, even though she's made it clear that she's not interested in friendship or anything else. And they accidentally end up in this relationship to one another, and since they're both new to it, they really don't know what's acceptable to do or what's acceptable to say, and they're just trying to figure everything out together. And they're also trying to learn more about each other, and it's really, really cute. I have not yet started this manga series, but I have marathoned through the entire anime season, and it was just so much more than I could have ever expected from this story. Obviously, it's very fun and cute, but it's also very realistic and emotional. So I'm very eager to start this manga series, hopefully sometime soon. The next book that I have was one that I bought on a whim. What else is new? And that is Death, Dickinson, and the Demented Life of Frenchie Garcia. And this is written by Jenny Torres Sanchez. Apparently in this story there is a guy who has committed suicide, and Frenchie Garcia was unknowingly the last person to see him before he did that. So I think this story is about exploring those last hours that he spent with her, and also she's trying to figure out why he would bother spending the last moments of his life with her of all people. So I've heard from Richard at Books, Boys and Such and Rachel from Books Undone that this is a very good book. I don't know when I'm gonna get to this one, but hopefully very soon. The next book that I'm about to show you, I just finished reading it last night. My life is over. I don't even know how I'm speaking to you right now because all of my will to live has fled my body. It was that good. And that book is The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. This is an amazing reimagining of the Iliad. I don't think you understand how wonderful this story is because, like I said, it retells the events preceding the Trojan War and then the Trojan War, but it's told through the point of view of Patroclus. That's right, Achilles' main man. I had never heard of this book, but I came across a quote, and the quote was so unbelievably beautiful that before I even finished reading it, I knew that I had to buy this book. I will share that quote with you right now. I could recognize him by touch alone, by smell. I would know him blind by the way his breaths came and his feet struck the earth. I would know him in death, at the end of the world. Are you serious? That quote that I just shared with you is just a small taste of the beauty that is within these pages. And I'm probably going to do an entire book review about it, so look forward to that because I have thoughts. And the last book that I have to show you is also very exciting because I won it in a giveaway. So one of my favorite booktubers in the history of booktubers is Elizabeth from Books and Pieces. And if you don't know who she is, I will link her channel down below. She has an amazing booktube channel where she recommends and discusses SFF books almost exclusively. So she did a haul recently where she talked about this convention that she went to, and she talked about all the books that she found there, all the people that she met, the things that she saw, and her experiences. And in that video, she mentioned that she picked up an extra copy of a book that she already had, and so she was going to be giving it away. If for some reason you don't know where this is leading up to, I am the person who won that giveaway, and I won that book. And that was this beautiful Masterworks edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. So I think you can imagine how excited I was when I heard that I was the person who won this giveaway, and I admire Elizabeth and her channel so much, so this really meant a lot. So thank you so much, Elizabeth, for sending this to me. It's so beautiful and I really, really appreciate it. So that was it. That was my book haul. So definitely let me know down in the comments if you have read any of the books that I've showed you, or if you are now interested in reading any of the books that I showed you. But other than that, that's all I have for this video. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed it. I will catch you on the flip side of the page. Bye. I can't yet tell if this video is awesome or a hot mess, but I have a really good feeling that it falls somewhere in between, which is usually just how I like it.